Join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So welcome, everyone. We're so glad to see so many of you here this evening. Vice Mayor Jennifer Baker is out of town this evening and won't be here. The first item of business tonight, we are very pleased to issue the oath of office to William H. Ashton II, whoever that is, otherwise known as Bill Ashton, who will be taking on the role as our acting town manager as we search for the replacement for our outgoing town manager here. Art Ansline has announced his retirement at the end of February. Bill serves currently as the town's Director of Information Technology, and at the council's last public hearing, we approved a resolution to name him as the acting town manager to help with the transition as Art has the nerve to retire. Before we begin, I do want to recognize some special guests. Bill is here. Bill Ashton is here with his wife, Andrea, and their children, Sophia and Will. Bill's father, Bill Ashton Sr., is here, and his sister, Kathy, and her family, and I think maybe some other friends are here as well. So we welcome you and glad you were able to make it out this evening. We will administer the oath right away. I'd like to invite forward Bill and your family to take the oath, and Vicki Wellershouse, our town clerk, is hiding somewhere, but she's here to administer the oath. So come on down.
Margie? Probably gathered around here.
Right, yeah, right in the middle.
And then I would ask the mayor and town manager to also join
Okay,
us.
certainly.
Mayor, town manager, town attorney.
You know what? I'm going to invite the whole town council to come join us. Is that okay?
That is
Let's all come on down.
wonderful.
You want this down?
So we have the first, you're the number one. We have the number one. Okay, Margie, can you get it without the, okay. I'm squeezing in.
We rehearsed this.
Smoosh. Okay. Are we ready? Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, William H. Ashton II,
I, William H. Ashton II,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Virginia,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Virginia,
and that I will faithfully
and I will faithfully
and impartially
and impartially
discharge all the duties
discharge all the duties
incumbent upon me
incumbent upon me
as the acting town manager
as the acting town manager
for the town of Herndon, Virginia,
of the town of Herndon, Virginia,
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Bill, if you will sign this, your family, Andrea, Sophia will gather around while he signs his oath.
That was funny. Got him? I don't need to. Madam Mayor, members of council, I'm extremely honored by this opportunity you've provided me to lead this incredible organization during this transition. As I was considering all the major strategic initiatives we have before us to fulfill your vision, realizing that you have the faith and confidence in me to push those balls forward is humbling, and I'm deeply in your debt. But as I look at these things, I realize that I stand there with a group of very fine staff members on our management team, a leadership team that is filled with dedicated professionals who are incredible practitioners of their individual areas of endeavor. And I realize that this team is the actual people that are going to push this ball forward. And I'm blessed to have them by my side. I'm proud to call them colleagues. I'm proud to call them friends. I also realize that every police officer, every trash collector, every staff member in every corner is also dedicated public servants, dedicated to customer service. It is truly an honor to be put in this position, and I thank you both. I also want to take the time to thank some special people in my life. Andrea, who for 17 years has been a steadfast rock, counselor, friend, sometimes critic, but deservedly so. To my kids, Sophia and Will. If you call me IT director, you call me acting town manager, whatever title I have, the one I hold dearest is being your father. Thank you for everything you do. You make me proud. To my dad, William, Sr., Bill, the original Bill Ashton, not the facsimile before you. This is a man who shaped me from birth. Every day, getting up and going to work, no matter how he felt, no matter what the weather was, to go out and serve the public, to put their needs above his needs, was instructive to me at an early age. He is a man that personified just do it long before Phil Knight put a stripe on a sneaker. And I appreciate everything you've done for me. I've also been fortunate to be shaped by 4 incredibly intelligent, strong-willed women over the course of my life. 2 of them are no longer with us, but they still affect me every day. But one of them still is, my sister Kathy, who has been another wonderful counselor and has helped me. And I would be remiss if I didn't thank the IT team at the town of Herndon. I would not be standing here before you if those individual staff members that toil in anonymity, and trust me, we like to toil in anonymity because if you see us, something bad is happening. But those people, their success, their achievement, their dedication, what they do day in and day out, I stand on their shoulders, and they have allowed me to be here today. So for Dave Bracamani and Jim Burr, Brian Cummings, Morris Fuentes, Jessica Beinecker, and the women and men that preceded them in their positions, I thank each and every one of them. And with that, I also thank this council. With your vision and your dedication and what you're trying to do, I'm glad I'm here to try to help you achieve your goals during this process as we search for a permanent town manager. I thank you for your confidence in me, and thank you for this wonderful evening tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. I think it's clear we've made the right choice. Appreciate you being here. We have a rather short agenda tonight, but it's a lot of good news, so we're going to quickly go through. We have several sets of minutes up for approval. I'll ask for separate motions to approve them, and we'll start off with the January 10th public hearing minutes. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved. Seconded.
Discussion on the motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Is there a motion to approve the January 12th Town Council orientation minutes?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion on the motion.
I'll abstain.
Oh, thank you. Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? And 1 abstention. And finally, is there a motion to approve the January 17th work session minutes?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion on the motion. Okay. Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? And 1 abstention. Thank you very much. We have a couple of presentations this evening. First is the Good Neighbor Award. I'll recognize Barbara and Turan are both here from Cultivating Community, and I'll have you come up and introduce our family.
Good evening, Madam Mayor, Town Council members. I'm Barbara Glakis, and standing next to me is Tehran Shodman, and we're members of the town's Cultivating Community Initiative. We are happy to be here this evening to present the second award for the town's 2016 Good Neighbor Award. The Good Neighbors Award is meant to recognize citizens within Herndon's neighborhoods who have gone over and beyond the call of duty to help out their neighbors and who do things to make their neighborhoods a better place to live. Members of our committee did not make these nominations. Instead, they come from Herndon residents themselves. We present these awards because we know that helpful neighbors make stronger communities and help build a happier society for everyone. Giving is not all about money. We can also give our time, our ideas, our support, and our energy. Helping people connects us to others and makes us happier and healthier as well. So without any further ado, we're pleased to announce that our Good Neighbor Award winner is the Lambert Turgeon family. So Colette, would you please come down and join the mayor down front? Go ahead, after Ron, go. Okay. All right, before you leave, didn't want to let you walk off too soon. I'm sorry that Dave was not feeling well tonight, not able to join us, but I'm happy to be here to represent your family. Your neighbors tell us that you and your family have supported and helped and assisted your adjacent Ballou neighbors for at least 15 years. They appreciate how your family helps keep adjacent properties picked up, lawns mowed, raked, and trimmed. They say you not only lend tools, but enlist your family to help whenever is needed. They're also very thankful how you snow blow all the sidewalks up and down the street during the winter. Your neighbors tell us that you've been doing this for a very long time, and they would like to thank you for all your kindness and assistance that you've given them for so many years. So congratulations on being one of the Good Neighbor Award recipients. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, thank you very much. Next up, we have a proclamation to recognize African American History Month in the town of Herndon, and I'd like to recognize Councilmember Cunningham to read the proclamation.
Thank you. I have a little helper, Mr. Josiah Tynes. Will you come up here and help me read this proclamation, please?
All right, come on up. All right. Hey, check out. You gonna come help me? All right, welcome. Nice to have you here, Miss Lisa. All right.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. This is a Town of Herndon proclamation recognizing African American History Month, February 2017. Each year throughout the month of February, events are planned nationwide honoring the history and impact of African Americans. African American History Month began as part of an initiative by writer and educator Dr. Carter G. Woodson to raise the awareness of African Americans' contribution to civilization. The event was first celebrated in 1926 during a week in February and included the birthdays of Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass. Since 1976, every American president has proclaimed February as African American History Month. Today, other countries such as Canada and the United Kingdom also devote an entire month to celebrating Black history. The town of Herndon, we celebrate African American History Month. We honor those who have played a critical role in the creation of our nation through their labor, leadership, patriotism, intellect, and artistic endeavors, and acclaim the sacrifice, strength, accomplishments, and unyielding spirit of our nation's greatest civil rights leaders. These heroes who fought for and protected equal rights include Frederick Douglass, W.E.B. Du Bois, Martin Luther King Jr., and Fannie Lou Hamer. Therefore, the mayor and the town council of the town of Herndon, Virginia hereby proclaim the month of February 2017 as African American History Month in the town of Herndon and emphasize the importance of remembering the contributions and accomplishments of African Americans throughout the history of our nation. Further, the mayor and the town council of the town of Herndon, Virginia hereby remember the strength, courage, and resulting struggles of African Americans who helped build our nation and further the cause of social justice. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Councilmember Cunningham. Would you like to gavel that in? Do you know what to do? All right. You hit All right. Thank you. Good job. Thank you. Are there any comments from the council before we go down for the presentation? Ms. Cunningham.
Thank you. It's a nice night to recognize the diversity of our town, so thank you for joining us in celebrating African American History Month.
Certainly. Other comments from the council? Ms. Olam.
If you have not had an opportunity to go down and see our brand-new African American Museum in D.C., it is absolutely worth going. I was fortunate enough to go down in November with my mom, a good friend of mine, Joyce Williams, who lives in Herndon, and myself. We didn't get through even a third of it. We were there for a couple of hours, so thoroughly encourage you to go down and see it. You'll see all kinds of wonderful memory lane things from the 50s, 60s, 70s with the entertainers that have done so much to make the fabric of our communities.
Thank you. Other comments from the council? Certainly, we are pleased to issue this proclamation recognizing the contributions of the African American community to Herndon and our entire country. And I am dying to get into that museum. Tickets are hard to come by. And what I'm hearing is the average time that people spend in a Smithsonian museum is about an hour and a half, and people are spending 5 and 6 hours in this museum. So hopefully someday soon I'll be able to get my hands on some tickets. But we appreciate you bringing this forward. And I'd like to invite down for the presentation the entire council. Councilmember Cunningham, of course, and our honorary council member, I hope you and your mom will come join us as well. Would you join us? Come on down.
Look right here, sweetie. Right here. Big smile. There you go. Great. And a little bit longer. Doing fantastic. Okay, one more. Just a little bit. Perfect.
All right, nice job. Can I trade you? Thank you. Adorable. So glad you could do this. Thank you very much. Mr. Town Manager, do you have any comments for us this evening?
No, ma'am, I do not. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Friedrichs? I have none. Ms. Olam?
Just want to say congratulations to HCTV. I went to their event on Saturday night, and they had a huge turnout. So thanks for all they do for the community, and carry on.
Thank you. Mr. Davidson?
Yes, Madam Mayor. I'd like to let everybody know that this Saturday at 10 o'clock on the Manassas Airport in the EAA Chapter 186 Chapter House, Chuck Trippett, who is a local stunt pilot, wing walker, and overall super guy, will be talking about his status as one of the last 11 wing walkers in the world. So I want to let everybody know about that.
Oh, wow, great. Mr. Davidson's a pilot, if you didn't know that, so he's got the scoop. Mr. McKenna?
Yes, I have a couple things.
Okay,
Sorry,
great.
Madam Mayor.
No.
I do want to let the residents of Herndon know I'm the Drainsville District Representative to the Citizens Court Council. This is an organization that was started in the wake of 9/11 to help educate and promote civilian safety during times of natural disaster and terrorist attacks. If you're interested in learning more about it or what we do or want to participate, you can contact me. You can go to the town website or call the Herndon Municipal Center or Bill McKenna at herndon-va.gov. I do want to thank the staff and Madam Mayor for their attention to the intersection at Pembroke and Merlin. When it was campaigning over there in October, I was approached by several concerned citizens regarding the crosswalk from the Herndon Elementary School We definitely heard your concerns and working to make it a safer place for not only the children that attend there, but also the residents and traffic that flows through there. So just want to let everyone know on HCTV we're working on that. And one last thing, I also signed up for the Citizen Ride-Along program with the Herndon Police Department. So I want to thank the Herndon Police and our town clerk for coordinating that and making that possible. Chief, get ready. I'm coming. And that's all I have to report.
It's really counter surveillance while you're there. We just didn't want you to know that. Thank you. Ms. Cunningham.
Thank you. In addition to celebrating February's African American History Month, I wanted to recognize this Sunday as the Lunar New Year and wish everybody a happy Year of the Rooster. Also, if you have not had time to sign up for the Father-Daughter Dance at Herndon's outstanding Parks and Recs Department on February 4th, please do so. It's a popular event, and it sells out. If it doesn't have to be the father. It can be stepfather, brother, father figure, grandfather, uncle, anybody who your child feels important is in their life. It's a really cute event. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much. Speaking of HPD, I'm not sure if you caught the early evening news tonight, but as you may know, a couple of days ago there was a shooting incident in Fairfax County. Shots were fired at a Fairfax County police cruiser, and it turns out that last evening HPD, our very own Herndon Police Department, played a crucial role in solving that case and making an arrest. So I want to thank the chief for her leadership. I saw part of the news conference this afternoon, and we're grateful for our men and women of HPD, but also the great partnership that we have with Fairfax County as a whole, and in particular their police force. So great police work, and we appreciate all that you did to help solve that case. It's a safer place tonight because of HPD. I also wanted to mention that our 33rd annual Mayor's Volunteer Appreciation Night is coming up. Earlier this week, I sent out a letter to the Herndon area clubs, organizations, schools, businesses, etc., requesting nominations for individuals to be recognized at the Mayor's Volunteer Appreciation Night, which this year will be held on Sunday, April 23rd. Applications must be received by Friday, March 3rd. There are 3 categories, which are Outstanding Volunteers, the Distinguished Service Award, and the Distinguished Corporate Service Award. Further information is available on the town's website, which is herndon-va.gov, or you can call Kimmy Alcorn with the Department of Public Work, Department of Parks and Recreation, my apologies. That number is 703-435-6800, extension 2119, or of course you can contact any of the members of the town council and we can direct you into the right direction. Last year we recognized around 400 volunteers that evening, and I'm sure that this year will be no different. So if you have distinguished volunteers that you know of or organizations that you would like to nominate to be recognized, please take advantage of this. We love to recognize our volunteers each year. Finally, this is the portion of the agenda for comments from the audience. This is the portion of the agenda when you can come forward and speak to us on any item that's not a public hearing item, which will be easy since we don't have a public hearing item this evening. But you do have up to 3 minutes. State your name and address for the record. This is also the time to comment on anything that is on a general or a consent agenda item. Please come on down. Ms. Glakis.
It's strange that I'm pulling up a microphone. I usually have to pull it down.
I did that just for you.
Yes, I'm Barbara Glakis, 935 Barton Oaks Place. I just wanted to announce for the public that the Historical Society, Herndon Historical Society, will be having a public meeting tomorrow, Wednesday the 25th at 7:30 p.m., and it will take place in the Herndon Train Depot on Lynn Street. It'll be featuring many photos, the presentation of Herndon from yesterday and today. The photos will range from the 1880s to the 1920s to the 1970s, and I'm sure everybody will enjoy seeing these photos of our town. So we invite any members of the public to attend. It's free in the depot at 7:30 tomorrow night. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone else who would like to come forward and speak on any item? Okay. Seeing none, we will move right into, believe it or not, the consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda, which is largely appointments to boards and commissions?
So moved.
Madam Mayor, I move consent.
All right, we have a motion to approve made by Mr. Davidson, seconded by Ms. Olam. Call the question on the motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed. And that motion carries, and that concludes our agenda this evening.
Madam Mayor, seeing no other business, I move we adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed. That motion carries, and we are adjourned at 7:25 p.m. Maybe a new record.